Hi Scorpio, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I of course want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as always keep in mind it is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And it's meant to pertain to the following 2-day period for you beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But I decided we're going to pull an overall tarot card to represent the next 2 days for you, and then continue by using a different tarot deck. Wasn't feeling drawn to pull any oracle for you. And I am getting a simplistic message of when you feel guided to watch a specific tarot reading or oracle reading, but more so tarot for the majority drawn to the reading, or pull your own tarot card or multiple, please do so. Okay, you're being guided. But doing a backflip, we have the Nine of Air in reverse. So Spirit's saying the next 2 days is not meant to feel stressful, okay? This being the Nine of Swords. I do feel like it's a time where things are going to feel more simplistic than they have been recently, or it's a continuation of that simplicity, that lack of stress. I feel like you will accomplish things with a sense of ease wrapped up into your intention, okay? The way you get things done. I do feel like it could be a 2-day period where you get a lot accomplished, but do it quite slowly, right? And again, that level of peace within your situation. When you find yourself gaining a true level of hope in regards to something that hasn't been working out for you, partially or fully, or in regards to you needing to acquire something or wanting to, recognize that that's a spirit helping you, okay? And I do feel like there's a focus on your intuition at one, if not multiple points as well. Spirit saying that you are one strong individual, and at times you do forget that being drawn to this reading, but I do feel like you'll be reminded of this at one, if not multiple points once again. The Nine of Earth, so that's 2 nines so far. I'm not going to take it, but I do feel like there's an abundance of independence in the next 48. You taking charge of your situation, thinking about how to do so even more in different ways, right? Or more so moving forward. I do feel like one, if not multiple changes, adjustments, switch ups may just be taking a focus at a certain point. And it's almost this feeling that at certain points in the next 2 days, you're reminded of what you desire and or need left and right. It's like, okay, I just stopped thinking about how I need that new job, or I want to move to this specific place, or I want that perfect connection. And then you get drawn to watch a specific tarot reading that talks about it, or you just find that an ad reminds you of it. And you might even find that this happens as well in regards to a past disappointment. And they may even just come through as far as your thoughts, spirit speaking through your thoughts. But it feels like all the meanwhile, it's just a very purposeful next 2 days where there's a lot of synchronicities, messages, reminders, even once again. But I do feel like there's a focus on what has been feeling stressful for you, some of which is your empathic abilities and or your spirituality. It could be where you live, where you work, you name it. Could be a connection for some. But I do feel like, once again, it's a slow moving kind of next 2 days where if you're watching this anywhere close to when I'm posting it, you're in the heart of they're saying the heat of Mercury retrograde. So just recognize that that has something to do with it. And you might not be feeling super energetic, but I don't feel like that will get in the way of you getting done what you need to. I just feel like you need to flow, ride the waves in the next 2 days, right? Just do things as they pop up, or overcome as things pop up, obstacle-wise. But if you look at this imagery, it's like Spirit's saying this is a 2-day period where you're slowly but surely moving away from what feels chaotic or what feels stressful or doesn't feel easy for you in that moment. So that could speak upon you, say, you struggle to get something done for one, if not multiple reasons. Could even just be simply your energy in that moment. Step away. Come back to it when things feel easier, when you don't have to force it, right? And you may even find that that's purposeful timing all the meanwhile. I guarantee it is, as I just twitched a little bit. But as well, it speaks upon when, say, that work situation feels uneasy or stressful, or is starting to get the best of you, or say it's more where you're living at the time. Changing in energy or just feeling uneasy could be more in regards to a conversation when you're wrapped up with somebody specific. Do what you can, do your best to step away from that situation and watch yourself feel better, your energy change for the better. I'm getting the vibe of somebody needing to take the initiative to take an early break, okay, and go for a walk. And put your headphones in, I want to say, is a recommendation coming through from Spirit to escape to a different world, if you will. There's a fantasy kind of vibe, an imaginative kind of vibe about the next 48 for you, where you're going to be pushed to envision things more ideal for you, right? What does this perfect relationship look like for you? What does this ideal career success look like for you? Where would I prefer to live, right? If you're not happy where you're living, it could be one, if not more than one of what I just mentioned. But Spirit's saying once you have this clear vision of which, you might just need to remember what that looks like for you, but some of which is like solidifying in your mind and becoming more clear as to what you truly desire and or what you need, and then watch it manifest in your external reality. Beautiful. Float like air is what I'm getting. Float like air. So it's this water and air sort of vibe about the next 48. I know that sounds kind of weird. So there may be a focus on your air and water placements. I mean, you are a Scorpio, but I do feel like your other placements as far as air, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But there is part of you expecting the worst, if we're being completely honest. Again, a focus for some on past disappointment, endings, new beginnings. I do feel like things are going to change in your favor moving forward, but not when you expect it to, okay? For some, it might be this divine delay in regards to things churning out the way they should, however that looks for you. Or it could be even sooner for some, if you think it's far out. But yeah, the next 48 could serve as a great time for you to heal. But I do feel like in moments where you do expect the worst, you'll be reminded, even if that's just a slight kind of fleeting moment or in one small way or certain small ways, for others it's greater than that. You will be reminded that you're protected. I'm also hearing we need you to be wrapped up with colorful vibes. And I'm hearing as well buckling down at certain points and just getting it done. It's like, try not to view your work, whatever you need to accomplish or choose to, even tasks like cleaning up, organizing, I'm hearing rearranging for some. Try not to view it as a task per se. I mean, I feel like you are a goal-oriented person, task-oriented, habitual, by nature, but I do feel like you need to view it as more of a just be in the moment with it, right? And try not to think about just trying to get it out of the way, get it done. But I feel like you just might either way, okay? Hammering down is what I'm hearing. Hammering down. I do feel like Spirit's going to push you to recognize the victory, the abundance at hand currently in the next 2 days and moving forward even more so, because it feels like at times you lose sight of how well things are working out for you, how much improvement has come to be over time for you up until this point, and just keep striving for reaching for more of which down the line. I do feel like stuff like art, again, music, tarot, oracle cards, stuff like that is going to take a focus. You needing to remember the beauty in your individual world, in the world as a whole potentially, because I do feel like stuff like the news and maybe certain online posts and certain occurrences, things you witness or even get reminded of, may make you think about your world and or the world as a whole in a bit of a negative light. I'm being drawn to the stained glass here. And so I feel like there's a need for you to see things in a beautiful light or just focus on the beauty at hand. Beautiful. Let's keep pulling. The Seven of Cups stayed onto the table, as well as the Four of Wands. There's, again, a focus on the fact that things are falling into place and you have reasons to celebrate. And there's some, muddled, unclear thinking for some, kind of tying into this slow movement kind of the next 48. But I do feel like there's an unclear vision of how this success celebration looks for you on the horizon. Some of which might have a bit of a picture or think you see things clearly, but you're going to be pushed to recognize that the clarity will be rolling in the upcoming weeks, at least part of which. We can't have you seeing everything, because then I feel like you would either change things up or you would prevent something, or you wouldn't approach things in the way that you're meant to. I hope that makes sense. But it feels like all the meanwhile, if you need to bring in a situation or jump into a new start for you, there's a lot of options. But again, you could be thinking about all that you still have to get done. Don't sweat the small stuff as well. Okay, don't sweat the big stuff, all the meanwhile. Just try to relax. You deserve to heal. You deserve to heal. You deserve the peace in the next 48. Yeah, and I feel like in the next 48, you're also going to find that there's a focus on when you're not feeling passionate, all right? And this is going to entail you needing to rebalance things out, dig for that inner strength, that passion, and just do what you feel is necessary or you want to do in that moment. I'm hearing more of what you want to come. Try to wrap yourself up with whatever lights you up within, all right? But the Three of Cups in reverse as well as the Ten of Wands in reverse, because I feel like there's a focus on when things feel light, when things don't feel burdensome, and how you truly deserve that vibe, even if it's not wrapped up with or entailing enough fulfillment for you. Does that make sense? And so Spirit's saying there's more fulfillment lying ahead, but you may not feel that fully or at all in the next 48 for one, if not multiple reasons. And so therefore I feel like for one, if not multiple reasons, once again, you may not feel the need to celebrate, okay? But I do feel like it's more of a time for you to heal rather than to go through the act of celebrating, okay? Your world is changing, Scorpio, and I feel like the next 48 highlights that. And once again, you deserve the peace that you are going to be experiencing the next 2 days, and you deserve the lightness of the next 2 days for you, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 2 days, and I'll see you next time.